Temptation, every temptation, as in, write it down, OFV. Opportunity for virtue. Every temptation. You kind of wonder sometimes why do I keep doing this? Father, I keep confessing the same sin over and over and over. Hopefully, because every sacrament comes with grace. So the more you go to confession, confess that sin, you get the grace to fight that sin and you grow in the virtue that is opposite that sin, that vice. Okay? So one of the reasons the Lord allows that temptation in your life is so that He makes you grow in the virtue. He makes you stronger in your no to that sin. So that, let's say, you commit this sin once a week. You go to confession, you get the grace. Now you're committing it once every 2 weeks. You're getting stronger. And then, now you're committing it, go to confession, get the grace. Now you're committing it once every 3 weeks. You see? You're progressing, you're fighting it. But some of these things you might have to deal with until your last breath. That could probably be, well, that's your suffering, obviously, but we don't stop fighting nonetheless. You don't stop saying no. You're actually exercising, strengthening your muscle, your virtue muscle, for that specific type of temptation. You're growing in the virtue of saying no. Let's say you have impatience and you're growing the virtue of being calm and patient and contented. So you're growing your muscle as far as fighting that or saying no to it.
So I've often heard it said that courage, for example, is not the lack of fear; it's being afraid of doing it anyway. And when you read about the saints, and I heard someone say the other day that they wish more was written about this, but some of them you can read about the terrible temptations that they had. And, okay, pardon me if I have the wrong saint. I think it was St. Francis who used to throw himself in a briar patch. But there's one of them that, he had terrible temptations of the flesh. And he would throw himself in a briar patch. The temptation was never the sin, right? And what his effort was that he did everything he could to distract himself from the temptation. So I was thinking about that one.
Yeah.
My father was talking about that.
What do you do to deal with it?
Yeah, I can't remember what saint it was. It's one that you wouldn't think of as having those kinds of temptations. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. So the saints were tempted probably, worse than anyone.
Yes.
But they practiced their muscles and they said no.
Exactly. And they conquered the sin. Jonas?
Both St. Francis and St. Benedict.
Stand up, please.
Both St. Francis and St. Benedict.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Francis, so he one of the instances he threw himself in the rose bushes.
Yes.
And thorns disappeared. St. Benedict wasn't so lucky. He endured the pain.
Yeah. Well, we're not saying you do the same thing, but that's how St. Francis. St. Francis dealt with that. St. Therese, when she was being tempted of pride, meaning and tempted to lose her faith, you know what she did? She wrote the creed in her blood. Those temptations come, and the saints have been, like Amy said, they became saints because of heroic virtue. The things they did to fight those temptations. It's heroic because it's hard. It's hard. But if you do your training, remember your resistance training, you guys do weights and stuff, that's what builds the muscle, right? Isn't that a simple principle? What builds the muscle? What builds the muscle is that resistance, the effort. Okay. So again, opportunity for virtue. You're being tempted because of this, this particular sin that you keep doing. The Lord is wanting you to grow in that virtue that is opposite the sin. So think of all those things. What I want to do now, okay, I want all the guys to go that part. Get your chairs, go over there. The guys go over there. The ladies come over here and pick up your chairs. Let's do it real quick before 8 o'clock. Here. Something we need to talk about. The guys know what to do. I have Eric and the other, and they know what to do. Ladies, come here with me. the room is not too big, so maybe two circles over there because there's a lot of guys. Maybe